Hey guys, I'm Roger Wakefield, the lead AP, the expert plumber, coming to you live right here on YouTube. And we started doing this because I had a lot of plumbers reach out and tell me that they wanted to be able to talk to me. They wanted to see what I did and how I did it. And they wanted me to kind of teach them about it. So we've actually decided, and I keep looking down at my computer. I normally don't do that, but I'm trying to get it to where if there are any comments, I can see them. I've got it turned on, I think. So if you're here and you've got a comment or something you'd like to say, please put something there, say hello. Let me see that you're here. Because what I want to talk about today is going live on social media or just doing social media. What are you doing on social media if you're a plumber? And I ask that for lots of reasons, because I've got companies from across the United States that actually bring me in to talk about social media or to actually teach them social media. But the cool thing about it is a lot of companies these days are getting where they are doing social media. They are actually using Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest. They're using all these different platforms. And the good thing about it is that they're actually giving away some great information. And what I like about that is no matter what it is you do, if you can give away value, if you can give away content, people are going to show up and they're going to watch it and they're going to see what all's going on. So I am trying to look over here just to see what's going on and see if I can even leave a comment. And I can't tell that I can. So anyway, I'm playing with it just to see what we can do. And you know, some of y'all know that this is probably only the third or fourth time that we've gone live here on YouTube. But this is something that we're wanting to start doing because we've had a lot of people reach out to us and say, look, we would like to learn social media. We would like to learn what it is you do. We would like to learn how you got started. How did you, I had, you know, Jay Malone asked me yesterday, you know, look, I'd really like to see your studio. I'd really like to see your setup. And we've got a very simple setup, very easy to do. And I mean, as you can tell, a lot of this is screw pipe. So those of y'all that are plumbers know that I probably did this myself, which I did. And I just kind of got some ideas and went through and built it and had fun. But the cool thing about it is, man, this was my idea. I wanted to do social media because I wanted to be able to reach out to people and talk to people. And I started this channel to teach homeowners how to do their own plumbing. And I wanted to teach them, you know, how to repair a toilet, how to unclog a garbage disposal, how to unclog a toilet, different things that they could do that would actually help them and bring value to them. And the funny thing is once I got going at this and once I started doing this, I was getting comments from plumbers, from roofers, from electricians, from painters, from landscapers, from electricians, from window cleaners saying, man, how do you do what you do? And the neat thing about it is, man, I just started. And don't get me wrong, I'm a plumber, so I understand the value of tools. And I started getting different tools. And that's probably the best way to put it, because as I started doing more and learning more, I realized I needed more tools. And I mean, think about it from a carpenter's point of view. A carpenter, a good carpenter, doesn't blame his tools. He if he does a bad job, he doesn't blame the tools. He learns how to use those tools better. Well, to me as a plumber, especially a plumber who's trying to get started on social media, it's the same type thing. I had to learn to use tools better. And some of these tools I didn't even know about. And that's why there's so many people that I really like and I reach out to and study from. And I'm taking the tools that they have and I'm learning them to use them my way. And I'm learning to use them better. And the cool thing about it is it's helping me a lot because it's making my day better. Mr. Ponder, good to see you here. It was great seeing you the other night. You know, and Roy, you're getting started here on social media, so you'll understand this. Getting the right tools and learning how to use them is it's a neat thing. And Mr. Ponder's in insurance, I'm in plumbing, but we're both learning how to get on social media and use it. And we're growing in our industries because of what we're doing here. And I think that's why their plumbers are reaching out to me and say, look, and it's funny because I had one, I'm in the North Dallas area and I'm in Richardson, and just north of me is Plano. And I had a plumber reach out to me from Plano and said, look, I'd really like to meet with you and talk to you and get you to teach me about social media. And I said, okay. And he says, what do you mean? Okay. I said, well, I will. And he said, well, why would you do that? I'm your competition. Well, here in Dallas, there's 8.3 million people. I'm not going to be able to get to all of them. So what if I built good relationships with other plumbers and I built a referral network, which those of y'all that know me know I'm all about networking. And that's one of the courses I teach. Whenever I go out of town, that's a big deal that I teach, because building a network will help you grow your net worth. And building a network of the right people can substantially determine how well you grow your business. And I say this because, and people listen to this, if you build a network by networking and you've got a sales team of 80 people that are out talking about you, and I don't mean just every time they walk in the room like, hey, let me tell you about Texas Green Plumbing. That's not how it works. But how it works is, if they're at another meeting or they're out with a friend and that friend says, oh my God, I have got a plumbing problem that, I'm going to have to call a plumber. And they're automatically like, you know what? I've got a guy. And do you know how big that is? Do you know how big it is? Because I've always wanted to be that person to be able to say, look, I've got a guy. I've got a guy that's a real estate agent. I've got a girl that's a real estate agent. I've got real estate agents in different areas. I've got a home loan advisor. I've got a mortgage advisor. I've got a title company. I've got home insurance. I've got business insurance, PNC, whatever you want to call all these things. Different types of attorneys. I've got business attorneys. I've got injury attorneys. I've got gun dealers. I've got firearms trainers. I've got business coaches. I've got an etiquette and protocol consultant, and she's real close. I've got a foundation company that is amazing. I've got a floor cleaning company that is amazing. And you build these relationships. People don't buy from businesses. They buy from people they know, like, and trust. And if you can become that person that people know, like, and trust, and you can get out there and you can be seen and you can be known and you can become that person, then people are actually going to like you and connect with you. And then you may be their guy. But how do you do that? How do you become that person? And I call this plumbing on social media. And the reason I did is, guys, I'm a plumber. I know that surprises a lot of y'all. I'm a plumber. I'm not a marketing guy. I'm a plumber. But I have learned to be a master networker. And you do that by learning to help other people. And the neat thing about it is, by helping other people, they want to help me. And it's so funny because, literally just this morning, I got out of the shower and I'm getting dressed, and I look over my wife. I said, oh my gosh, I need to connect so-and-so and so-and-so. Do you know what they could do together? And that's what it's all about. It's about building those connections. It's about helping other people. So if you're a plumber, and think about it this way, if you're a plumber and you help an insurance agent look better to their customers, you help a real estate agent look better to their customers, and you've got a foundation guy and you make him look better to his customers by being professional, by doing the right thing, by treating people the way they deserve to be treated. Well, these people can become your sales team. They can become your sales force. And the way that happens is, each one of these guys are in front of people all the time that are homeowners. Well, homeowners, that's my people. Those are my customers. But when I go networking, I'm not going networking to sell to the real estate agent, to the insurance agent, to the foundation company. Selling to them doesn't do me any good. But if I get in and I show them that I bring value to them and their customers, then I've done something neat. Hello, Julie. How are you? Yes, everybody loves to get referrals. So imagine it like this. What if I went in and I built a relationship with just those 4 people? And those 4 people each told 2 people about me every week. That's 8 new customers a week. Now, guys, the networking groups that I'm involved in, the rooms that I'm in are anywhere from 50 to 80 people most of the time. But there's other events that I go to that may have 100 to 300 people in it. Now, don't get me wrong. I think there are great networking events. I think there's good. And I think there's, why did I come to this? So you've got to learn what you're doing and how to do it. You don't just walk in and say, okay, I'm here to network. And you walk in and you start handing out cards. You start telling people, hey, give me your address. I'm going to come do a sewer water test. It's nothing at all like that. You have to learn what you're doing. Remember what I said, learn to use your tools. Networking can be the most amazing tool in your box. Because if you learn to network properly, you're building a silent sales force. And not only that, you're building a sales force that you don't have to pay for. And don't get me wrong, some of these networking groups cost money. Wise investment, because it's not much. But when you go in and you build a relationship with, say there's 80 people in this room and I build a relationship with 20 people in this room, a good relationship. You know what? I like this person. I know this person. I trust this person. I would tell people about this person. That's a big deal, because when you build those relationships, not only are you helping tell people about them or even using them. We're looking at doing a refi on our house. Just yesterday, I called my mortgage lender and said, hey, I got a question. And he said, you know what, Roger, I can help you. And the neat thing is, he's a friend. I know he's going to help me. I know he's going to do the right thing by me because I've introduced him to other people and they always call me back and say, oh my God, I love him. So what kind of plumbing are you doing on social media? Are you just trying to run ads and tell people, hey, let me come unstop your toilet? Let me come do a remodel. Let me come install a new kitchen faucet for you. I don't use social media to sell. I use social media to build contacts. And that's why I ask, what kind of plumbing are you doing on social media? If you're an HVAC guy, what kind of air conditioning are you doing? What kind of roofing are you doing? What is it you're doing on social media? If you're coming and you're bringing value and good content, you're gonna be a rock star. But if you're coming on here every day saying, hey, look, leave me your email address, contact me, let me come out to your house, let me look at your problem, let me do this, let me do that. You know, I've got a guy. I've got a guy. But I've got a guy that literally he's asked me, look, how do I get their email address? How do I get them to call me? How do I get out to their house? How do I get in front of them? And I'm like, man, look, you're getting in front of them right here. And if you get in front of people the right way and you do the right thing, you're gonna build that connection. If you get in front of them the right way, they're gonna want to call you. I don't ask for people's email address. Now, don't get me wrong. I've got some things I'm working on where I may, but it's so I can give them something of value. It's not just because I want their email address. But my thing is, what if I just brought good value all the time? What if I just brought good content all the time, every time? Every time I did a video, it was about bringing good content. What would that do for me? Well, these people are going to know me, they're going to like me, and they're going to trust me. And along the way, that's going to help. So that's where I ask, what kind of thing are you doing on social media? Or roofing? What kind of electrical work are you doing on social media? Because guys, I mean, to be honest, it's not a sales platform. When is the last time you turned on social media and pulled out your credit card to buy something? And let's turn it around. When's the last time you pulled out your credit card first and thought, hey, I'm going to get on social media and buy something? See, it doesn't happen that way normally. Now, don't get me wrong. I've pulled out my credit card and sat down in front of the computer, but normally I don't go to YouTube or Pinterest or LinkedIn to buy things. Now, I'm not going to tell you I've never bought anything there, because I've seen the funnels and I've seen things that I really like. And you know what? I've actually bought things that have brought me value. But I don't think I ever woke up that morning and just pulled my credit card out and thought, you know what? I'm going to get on LinkedIn and buy something today. That's normally not the way it works. So if you want to grow your business, learn how to network and learn how to bring value to people every day. Learn how to be that person that makes everything work right. Because once you do that, once you bring value, once you bring good content, and you're consistent about it, people are going to like you and people are going to come back and see you. Paul Peck dry tube is dry. Paul, I don't have my glasses on. Paul Peck drywall tube. Guys, let me tell you what. This channel is growing fantastic. And Paul, you're a great example of what I'm talking about here. You bring value. You bring great content. People want to learn how to skim coat. People want to learn how to remove texture. Paul Peck drywall tube has got a channel that is phenomenal, and he brings value. He brings great content, and that's exactly what I'm talking about here. You build your network, you build your value, and people will find you. People will reach out to you. And Paul, man, it's good to see you in here. I think that's part of the big thing about missing Nick and Dee so much is, I miss people like you. Thank you, sir. But that's what I'm talking about this morning is when people get on social media these days, a lot of them just get on to sell. I've got so many LinkedIn connections that people will send me a connection, I'll connect, and of course it's a bot, because automatically I get a message, Roger, thank you for connecting. Thank you for connecting. I would like to sell you insurance for your company. I see you have an HVAC company, and insurance is probably one of your most expensive expenses. Well, number one, I'm not an HVAC company. You didn't study me. You didn't read me. You didn't learn about me. You just looked and saw something, or your bot saw something and said, hey, this is how I need to reply. Automatically hit delete and block. Okay. You're not the kind of person I want to be connected with. So that's not what it's about. Noah, good to see you in here again. And Julie, I like that. How do you know what content is valuable? And I'm going to have to get off here in a little bit. We normally do a video, but like I said, I'm starting to do lives. I've got people asking me to do a course or a training. So we're talking about doing that. And that's kind of why we're playing with the lives. If you would like any kind of training, what we're talking about doing, networking, LinkedIn, stuff like that, to teach people. I mean, that's how I started my company without any money. And I love the negative reviews I got. And I saw Gary Vee talk about it this morning. So it was really funny. Look, there's going to be negative people out there. They're there. Don't worry about it. It is what it is. And Julie, the way that content is valuable, you give people what they want. I can stand up here and say, look, and let's talk about this, social media. The only reason I'm talking about social media is I've had people reach out to me and say, look, I want to learn more about social media. Here's what's good about learning it from me. I'm not a marketing guy. I'm not trying to sell them on the whole big picture and the $40,000 package. I don't believe in that because I've bought that package too many times. So you bring people the value that they want. What is it they're looking for? And I've had people ask me to teach plumbing, to teach networking, to teach LinkedIn, to teach YouTube. Guys, I'm not the guy you want teaching you YouTube, at least not right now. Don't get me wrong, I'm learning it, and I'm learning it pretty well. But there are people better than me that I would refer you to. People reach out to me and say, hey, teach me about SEO because I see your website a lot and it's really good. And it's like, yeah, but you know what? I'm not the SEO guy. Don't get me wrong. I've taken courses. I've studied it. I'm learning about it. but I'm not your SEO guy. But I know enough to know the right questions to ask. But I also know enough to refer you to the right people. YouTube, same way. I can refer you to the right people. And the people that I watch, Nick Nimmin, D Nimmin, these guys are amazing. Jeremy Vest is my coach, and he has done a fantastic job helping me get where I'm at. And Jeremy Vest taught me, look, get 1% better every single day. And that's what we work on. Nick and D talk about the same thing. It is such an amazing tool that we've got here if we learn to use it the right way. And remember, guys, if you're a plumber, an HVAC tech, a roofer, anything at all like that, this is a new tool. Learn how to use it. Learn what you can do with it. Learn what it can do for you. And it'll make all the difference in the world. So I'm fixing to get out of here, guys. I see we still got some people in here. I love that. Guys, if you want to learn anything about networking, LinkedIn, YouTube, SEO, contact me. I will either find a way to help you or put you in touch with the right people. Like I said, some of these tools that I've got, I have mastered. Some of these tools, I'm going to tell you, look, there's other people that can teach you to use it better. And to me, that's a big deal. When people come to me, I don't know everything. And I don't want to sell them on the fact that I do. So the best thing for me to do is help other people. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you've got anything to say about networking, about social media, about LinkedIn, guys, please leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think about it. If that's something you think you'd like to learn more about, leave me a comment there and let me know too. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And like I said, this live is something a little bit different. Let us know what you thought about it. Should we do more lives or no? So leave me a comment, let me know. And I got a couple of more here and here. Noah, thanks for showing us information. Absolutely. And Paul Peck, brother, you have a great day too, sir. And we will see you soon. I'm Roger Wakefield, Lead AP, the expert plumber. And we'll see you on the next video if you don't get flushed.